there's no way I could have, well, I just say have anything nice in my life. How did it start? Union County College, community college. Well, there was Goski. Chris Goski, he just happened to be there, and I didn't know, I wasn't aware who he was. He knew, I think, my so-called cousin. He knew Zagosky as well. Her name was Leah. Leah, I always mispronounced it. She didn't do too much damage to me. She happened to be in my English class, and a couple years later, she happened to show up at the outpatient hospital in a Huntington Medical Center for what bipolar disorder. I had a breakdown. That was my first major breakdowns, I believe, and I was diagnosed. She just happened to be there. And later I started remembering, like, she was in the Union County Community College, UCC. So was Chris Goski. Chris Goski's, his agenda was, he just made sure he was in a class I was, I'm being specific, just for me, not to get educated, and he just put them, oh, you're a rich kid, because I had a 91 Ford Tempo with 99. Oh, your parents give you, oh, you're a rich kid, you don't work for a living, this and that thing. He made sure to, like, well, stalk me, actually, outside of the classes, and, like, we exchanged words for around a cigarette, but just to work with him, actually, and his uncle. And it wasn't, like, any hours. I didn't want to do construction. A lot of times, just, oh, let's go hang out, smoke some weed, this and that thing. And, his agenda was for me to drop out. Kenneth Waldman was another one. Kenneth Waldman, not saying I read his mind, but he actually, I heard the words resonate, externally, actually. It was a story that happened a lot of times in my life, and I was going to sign up again to Union Community College, part-time at nights, and I was going to not volunteer, work at an animal shelter. Actually, that was one of the things, and he just, he made sure, he was angry, like, I didn't give him, Kenneth Waldman, I work with him, or I didn't give him enough time. I was like, I told you, I told you this probably, I don't know if I told him last week, but it's like, you have no jobs for next week. You could find somebody. He's like, I can't find anybody. Look what you're doing to me. Can you call them, tell them you're not going to work? I mean, you're not going to start work. And if I couldn't work, actually, I couldn't even, go to college or something like that. I didn't know what his agenda was actually for the work, actually. But actually, that was it. As far as college, maybe not. I'm not saying I misspoke, but he just, he had this, alternative motive, actually, not for me to go there. So I couldn't do anything in life, actually. I had multiple stalkers. Every job I went to, there was somebody that knew me from the past, whether internet, I'm not saying my thoughts, they knew my cousin probably, you know, or knew somebody, and they fucking just hated me, for lack of a better word. A lot of times they didn't give me respect, no integrity, no honesty, this fake facade morality, and they had these motives just to mess me up. Even like, drugs or alcohol. Hey, you should have a drink, this, hey, why don't you do that? Just this advice that was like, that's not good for me, man. And that was just the workforce. But I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have, there would always been somebody, and then, like I said, I thought it was a lot of hurdles. There was somebody that stalked me in class, or someone got in my personal life, or that came over, like, my room or something like that, and just, I mean, not for the reasons we're not in college, but just so many instances for, when not just my mind got better, when I started doing good for myself, there was always somebody that just wanted to take me down. And yeah, if, like, I thought about you, I made fun of you in my head, I like to make fun of you in your face, if that's like, you want to kill me or make sure I don't end up to nothing, I think you got fucking serious problems. You're the one that, you should fucking pray to. Actually, I'm not going to use that. I make that line. People say, I don't believe in that. It's disrespectful. You're the ones that take yourself way too seriously, and you're the ones that got something to hide.